Okay, good morning. We are starting the floor on the little ADU project this morning. Charles is already in there underway. Let's go in and check it out. Oh, there it is. He's got the first bit of underlayment. He's rolling that stuff out. So let's take a look at this stuff. So this product is, I don't know if it's a Durason. Used to be Durason, but this is a 1/8 inch crushed up rubber mat that creates a vapor barrier, and it's sound deadening and also gives you a little bit of R value, not much. You know, we started this project with the intent of finishing this concrete floor, so we made it really nice and flat. It's a beautiful concrete floor. You know, I've always wanted to just finish the concrete and stain them and make them really nice. But the concrete finishing ended up being a lot of dang work that I'm not really familiar with. This we know how to do. This is a good floor. It's gonna last 10, 15 years or whatever. It's a rental. And that beautiful concrete floor is gonna be totally preserved underneath here. So anybody in the future can finish that concrete. But it's gonna give us a nice substrate to install our floor. And this is something we know how to do. All this other stuff, we're just kind of winging it. But the floor, we got this. All right, so Charles is taping the seams. This is how we start these floors when we're using this Durason. This particular product, you can lay it right over the concrete floor though. If you look at the back of it, it has its own little rubber mat built into it. So it's kind of getting a double whammy with the stuff we're putting down, but it's gonna make it much more solid and quiet of a floor. But really this stuff is kind of designed for condominiums when you have people living in between floors. It's a sound deadening product. Well, there it is. Okay, the first row. So we are going to lay our first row right along the edge of those cabinets because it's the longest run in this main room. We know we're pretty square because we built this place. We know that back wall there is pretty straight. So we're going to start right along the cabinet edge, run it all the way down, and then backfill that area there. Then we'll be going this direction for the rest of the entire little house. So this is how we start. We'll do 2 rows, and then we'll be moving. There. You see, when you get 2 rows started like that, and we run those all the way down, it's going to be a nice straight line and a great place to start. Okay, so the first row is pretty much established. I'm just going to set this thing on fast forward and let it go. Okay, good morning. Back on the little ADU. We have this whole week we're kind of blocked out for this. Let's take a look at where Charles is on the floor. So you can see the dining room and the living room all went in yesterday. That looks beautiful. Charles is working his way through this hallway right now. He's putting in the first row. oops, that goes into this room. So that's where Charles is at on the floors. I'm gonna get busy working on the switches, outlets. I'm doing the 2 3-way switches first thing. And we're just working our way through some of the small stuff we gotta do around here. Okay, let's take a look at where we are back here. Charles got this yesterday. He finished pulling up this hallway this morning, got the bathroom all done. So he's pulling up this little bedroom right now. He's got a few more pieces to fit in that closet, and he will have the floor all done. I've been working on the switches, 3-ways. In the hallway here, I'm wiring up the whole house fan right now. I'm not really showing a lot of the wiring. You know, I'm not the greatest electrician in the world. I'm bumbling my way through this thing. I got in a little trouble last night. Had to call my buddy Mark. He's the master electrician. Luckily, I have friends that they do know what they're doing, and he guided me through this 3-way in the living room here that I kind of got my wires mixed up a little bit, but that's okay. I just had to run another lead, another common from that switch down to there. This particular switch, I have it the 3-way going to it, but I didn't have a common. I thought I could pull the common, but I couldn't do that, so I did fish another wire up from that. So now this porch light has its own common coming off of that circuit, and the 3-way in the living room works. So we're all good to go. So we're pretty good. We're just gonna finish up the electrical here, and Charles is gonna finish up the floor today. Just pulling up some of these plugs so we can get rid of our extension cord and move on. Last couple pieces of flooring going down, baby. Let's watch the master snap one. There it is, one little sliver to go. Okay, this morning we're gonna get started hanging these doors. I got these nice Craftsman style doors we're gonna hang up here. I'm gonna get started on that. Okay, so the doors are in. I really didn't film myself putting them in. They're in, they're shimmed. I just used some galvanized 2.5-inch nails to set these doors, and I bought a shim pack. So there's the doors, the Craftsman style doors. Those are ready for paint and trim. There's the entry door. Big bedroom door. Entry broom closet. And the bedroom and the bathroom. Okay, doors are all hung. Didn't get much footage. Moving on. Okay, good morning. We are back on the little ADU after a couple of floor projects. So I am working on the jamb extensions for the front and back door over there in the little ADU. I'm going to use some of this same hemlock that we used for the trim, only it's going to be painted with a jamb extension, and then we're going to have the hemlock trim that goes around that. So let's take a look. So this is the wood I'm going to mill them extensions out of right here. Just some hemlock left over. I'm going to clean this up, mill it into the exact size pieces I need, bring it over there, install it, and paint it. Okay, so over in the house here, let's take a look at what we got going on. So I have been working on these doors, the extension jambs I just cut over in the shop. So these are extensions because these doors were made for 2x4 walls. These are 2x6 walls with 5/8 sheetrock, because that's the code here in Burien, and it's really messed up. But you can just see how thick that sheetrock is. It's just humongous. But anyway, I've got to put these extensions, so I just made them. I put my shims on so they come out at the right place, all the way up and down, all these doors along the header. Now I'm gonna put my extensions on there, which are hemlock, and I'm gonna paint them, caulk them and paint them, and then I can come back and put my trim. So the trim is gonna look, Charles already did these closets here. So if you look here, you can see this is the look. We have our white painted jambs and our finished hemlock door casings and a big header at the top. This is inside the closet. We're just doing the insides first, but you can see that's really nice finished out for the inside of a closet. And we're picking our ugliest boards for here, and we're gonna go put some nice ones in. Looks like Charles is over here putting one up right now. There it is. So you're putting the casings first, then we'll come back and put our nice big header up there. Very nice. I think he has this closet done too. Oh yeah, look at that. Got that in, and then we got the little piece of trim over on that side. Most beauteous. Okay, so let's take a look. So here's the jamb extensions with a primer on them. I've got them installed. I caulked them, filled all the holes, and primed them with some primer. So this one over here, you can see I'm still working on it. So you can see it's all hemlock, and it's primed and caulked and filled. Then I just come back and brush a little primer just on the hemlock. So I'll do that all the way around. Then I'll top coat it, and we'll be ready for trim. Okay, the door jamb extensions are all painted. Both doors. That's a lot of screwing around to make that happen. Tomorrow, we will trim these out. Look at these closet doors. So nice. Charles is working on this one right here. Got the casings in, getting ready to make the header for it. We're doing a 3/4 inch overhang on the top header board. And you can see when we cut these, we're about 1/4 inch thicker on the top molding, so it comes together in such a nice look. We think it's a nice look. In the bathroom, same thing. You know, that's a beautiful batch of hemlock we bought from my brother Matt, and I want to thank you, Matt, because we're using it up for a good cause. Looks like we're lucky enough to see Charles put the last nail in the last door header. So all the doors now are trimmed out. We can run the base tomorrow. Looks great, Charles. Okay, good morning. We are gonna finish the last couple pieces of tile here. Let's take a look around at what we got going on. So you can see we got a big mess going on here. We're just getting ready to clean up here and start our last journey of the tile. There's Charles. We're trying to put towels around everything, trying to keep everything as dry as we can. Well, let's keep in mind that we are not tile guys. We're not tile setters. But this is what our bathroom looks like so far, our little tub shower enclosure. Pretty simple, but you know, it's a lot of tedious work. Tile is not my favorite, but we're getting there. We've got all the windows, the little niche tiled. So we're gonna finish our last couple of pieces around the top. And we have 2 little pieces on the bottom to fit. And then we're gonna let this set and dry. And then next week we'll be grouting this thing and finishing it up. Charles says the new putty is like butter. Nice. All buttered up. Pretty good. Oh no. That's pretty good. Look at that precision tile work. So we're just buttering up each piece as we go. We're not trying to do the whole wall at once. We're not efficient tile guys. I got my little method, seems to work. Got that cheapo Harbor Freight saw over there that I bought, oh, at least 10 or 15 years ago for a couple $100, and you know what? We've done 5 different bathrooms with that saw. Not real accurate, it works. That's going to give it pretty good smuction, but what I like to do is just give it a couple little donuts, one on each corner in about 4 inches from the corner, just in case I need to level it out a little bit. I got little blocks, little standing blocks there. There it is, buttered, ready to go. Got a notch out around the shower outlet. Well, this is the last big whole piece we're putting in. So, that's what I got. I know it's a square hole, but you know what? The scutcheon or trim plate is going to cover that just right. All right, let's schmuck it up. Okay, so we got every last piece of tile in this bathroom today, so now we are ready to grout this, which is not going to happen for a while. We're going to switch over and put the floor in, but I just wanted to get that dirty stuff done. So there's the shower. It's all tiled. We put the last couple pieces in today. We went and bought the flooring, so we're going to switch over to doing the flooring, come back and do the grout on this another time. Just like to mention, Gary Rosington died yesterday, one of my favorite rock and roll bands, Lynyrd Skynyrd. Rest in peace. Thanks for all the great music you put out there. Anyway, we're going to move on. Okay, so a little update here. I'm not sure where I left off on the last one. We got the vanity in, we got the drains hooked up and the water lines. For the sink, we're testing all the drains, make sure no leakies. Got the valves on for the toilet. Charles is in here grouting the tile in the bathroom here, so he's already done the high road and he's working on the low road, and we'll start wiping this down soon. So that's where we're at in there, making a big mess, but that's okay because we know how to clean up. The furnace guys came in. The mini splits are all bolted in and plumbed, so they seem to be working okay. There's a little bit of a noise with that thing. It's humming because it's bolted to the side of the house. I wish I'd have put it on a concrete pad, but you know, in hindsight, I can always come back and build some kind of a bracket to stand it off of the building if it becomes a nuisance.